Hey witches, mystics, manifestors, and people just like tarot. Welcome to my channel. I'm Ray Luna, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before for today's tarot reading. We're looking at what is your good news and blessings heading your way. So this was the most popular topic for what video you want to see first. So for group number 1 here for our selection, we have Citrine. For group number 2, we have red Jasper. And for group number 3, we have green Aventurine. So take your time to choose what pile's calling out to you the most, along with which jar of crystals calling out to you the most. And when you're ready, head to the description or comment section to click on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose Citrine, and with your first 2 cards here, we have the Ten of Swords and the Empress. So for good news and blessings heading to you, with the Ten of Swords, while usually this card can signify, a bad situation, feeling like there's nowhere else to go, you've done all you can, something rock bottom, right? So I feel like you guys could be leaving a situation where you feel like, okay, all is lost. There is no hope. So a good thing is you're leaving this feeling or a situation that makes you feel like there's no hope. So you're going to start feeling more hopeful. You're going to start feeling like, okay, things can't get worse. How can they get better? And you're going to start seeing tangible signs of improvements in your environment, in your life. So there is going to be a change away from this Ten of Swords energy of things really, sucking, right? It's going to change. So that's the first positive thing here, is that there will be movement away from that. And second here, a good card to have next to this, of course, is the Empress. The Empress isn't Ten of Swords like at all. This is someone who is accomplished. They're in a high position. They have status. They have all the abundance they need to be comfortable and do what they want. Having agency, freedom of choice to control what happens next in their life. So I think you guys are going to be moving away from the Ten of Swords energy to the Empress energy, because you're going to be seeing ways you can be more like the Empress and take control and take charge to make hope if there's none. Or you could be finally seeing that your situation is not as hopeless as you thought. Like you could be recognizing opportunities that were there that for whatever reason you couldn't see as clearly. And now you're like, oh, I can seize that opportunity now. I can make forward progress now with my new mindset, or, a streak of good luck, changing it so you actually have more options compared to, whatever was blocking you or making you feel like hopeless. So this is a really positive thing. And I really like how in this card, we see a rabbit here, and then there is grapes. Looks like apples, cabbage, all types of food. And I'm thinking of, maybe Easter time, like March, April, spring, something new, something fresh. So this could be very recent, because when I'm filming this video, while it is timeless, March is here and soon to be April. So during this time period, you could start to have some improvements very soon. So that's good too. A fast change. Or if you're seeing this during a different time period, this change could come in fast anyways, like a month or 2. I also see this as the rabbit being a sign of like luck, abundance. So yeah, a change of your fortune to something more lucky, more fortunate, more abundant. I also see with springtime, spring talks about things that are dead from wintertime coming alive again. So this also could be something you thought was lost. A blessing could be having a chance to try it again or rebirth it, or something you thought was dead is actually alive, like a plot twist in some way. Like you could have thought this job you interviewed for, you haven't heard back from them for quite some time. They reach out to you again and you get the offer, or something like that. Something could be returning that's giving you a blessing that you thought was dead, but it really wasn't. It was just delayed. So that's another thing I see. So I'm going to put down some more tarot and see what else comes through. Okay, some more great cards. So with the King of Pentacles here, the King of Pentacles, of course, makes me think of like a rich person, a rich man, someone who is having some sort of luxury. And the Empress, hey, the Empress is like that too. So you are having an increase of some sort of financial stability along with, Citrine, the crystal you chose here, that can talk about your purchases having some sort of luck for you. So you could be buying something that increases your luck. So that could be like a crystal, for instance. Like maybe you buy a crystal with certain properties of, let's say, with Citrine, bringing you more money, increasing luck with your business. Or you want more love, you get rose quartz, so you have more affection towards you, right, from other people. There's something you're buying that could be spiritual in that way, right? Like it's giving you some sort of blessing with what it's bringing you. I even think too, with the rabbit's foot is supposed to be lucky as well. So there is some sort of charm or thing you're buying that's bringing you luck. This also could be a purchase you're making. You could be buying a product or a service that makes your life better. So this could be like going to the salon and getting a particular type of hair treatment, and it changes the way you do your hair and you feel like you look really good afterwards, and that makes you feel more lucky or more beautiful. This also could be like you're too tired after work to mow your lawn, so you find a lawn service that gives you that service for a very good price, and it makes your life easier so you have more time to do what you want after work. There's some sort of blessing in that way with what you're buying or purchasing. There's a big message of, with the Empress, the King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups too. All the money you're putting back into yourself, you're investing in yourself, it's going to pay you back. It's coming back to you. So if you spend money on yourself, you're going to get more, not only for yourself, but it's making your life easier, and then that makes you more lucky in other ways because you're less stressed. So you're seeing new opportunities in places you wouldn't otherwise see them because of this less stress. Or you feel luckier or better looking, so you're putting yourself out there more. There's some sort of butterfly effect when you invest in yourself through your appearance or making your life easier by, outsourcing the work you're doing to somebody else. This is going to be really good for you. Another positive thing is I did talk about, some sort of end, something dying and then coming back to life. But another thing related to death or something ended, or ending, I should say, with the Nine of Cups and death, it's like you're having a wish come true related to something you want to end. Okay, so something you hate dealing with, someone you hate talking to, you're not going to have to deal with that situation or person anymore, right? So you're kind of manifesting here with the Magician an end to something you don't like. So this could be financial difficulties. You're wanting that to end so you get more abundance. That's a big message for you, something related to your finances improving or the way you're spending your money is serving you better soon. That's a blessing. But I also see this as you're wishing for something to end and finally it does. Like you're manifesting something annoying to leave your life. I think for some of you that could be combative people. For others of you, that's the end of financial hardship. But you are getting an end of something that you're like, yeah, I prayed for this. I wanted this to end. This could even be some sort of revenge on someone, some sort of justice. You could be seeing that very soon. I also feel like with the Nine of Cups and the Magician, these cards here, they're kind of telling me that you could also be changing the way you are as a person. So you could be changing the way you go after your goals. So if you're someone who is very rested and calculated when it comes to solving problems, you actually could start to be more risky and be more spontaneous. If you're someone who's more spontaneous and risky, you could start to be more calculated and calm. So no matter how you solve problems, you're doing an opposite approach, and that's also giving you a blessing. So you could be changing up the way you're doing something because it's just not working recently. Like it might have always served you, But now recently you're going to have to switch up how you're solving your problems. And as I said, depending on your own personality, everyone watching is going to be different. If you're calm, you're going to be more risky. If you're risky, you're going to be more calm, and it's going to help you. That change of the way you're going after what you want to achieve. But there is a lot of personal satisfaction here with these cards. You're not holding yourself back. You're letting things happen, and you're allowing yourself to feel happy, satisfied. You're allowing yourself to dream as well, like manifesting with a magician. Like, what are your goals? What are your dreams? And you're allowing that to happen too by not being so obsessed with a certain outcome, not being hard on yourself. That's also going to help you. And we have go the distance and time to go. Funny how both of the cards talk about going. So with go the distance, we have a cheetah trying to get across the finish line. So you guys could be moving very fast towards something. My calm, calculated people, I feel most of you are like that. That's why I said that first as the example. You could be speeding up towards something, speeding up towards going after your goals. I also think with a cheetah, it makes me think of being focused or specialized in some way. Cheetahs are very fast. That's their survival mechanism, so they can hunt, so they can survive. So you could be specializing your skill set, or you could become more focused on one area of your life, being more focused on one area, so that also brings you success. But yeah, something about being more specialized, more focused, like how the cheetah is, to eat your dinner. That could be related to finances. You could be getting more financial abundance because you're focusing on one thing at a time instead of 1,000 things. Or if you are focusing on multiple things, you're not putting in so much effort where it is making it so it's losing energy. You're doing enough to make everything okay overall. So yeah, you're definitely having a more successful approach to your finances, or the method you're using to achieve better finances. And with time to go, I feel like you could be leaving a situation that's not making sense. Once again, that ending of something being really like sucky, or a wish for something to end coming true. So you could be getting some sort of offer with time to go, or some sort of situation change that actually makes it possible in the first place to move from one area to another. So that could be physically moving someplace else, like, hey, I gotta go to a different town, a different city, a different country, right? Could be something like that. Or this could be just moving, like your job. You don't like the people you work with or your boss, so you're trying to leave someplace else, or you're trying to get from point A to point B, goal-wise, unrelated to a physical location, right? It's time to go. So something's opening up there so you can move from one place to another easily and smoothly. And also time to go indicates respecting yourself as a person and not putting up with, BS. Time to go when you don't like it. You are specialized and focused so that you can succeed anyway. That's also another message. So I'm going to shuffle for 2 more cards to get a closing out message for you. Okay, with these cards, we have gnomes, humanity, friendship, hard work, little visions, raising winds, magical release, calling, intention, stronghold. So with these 2 cards together, it makes me think of not rushing relationships, communication. So any type of social event, don't rush to leave, right? Like, let's say you go to a party, you're like, oh, I'm gonna stay about only 30 minutes, right? Instead, try to stay longer. This is saying when it comes to friendships, connections with people, it might be good to have an approach of not rushing it, taking time to listen to people, taking time to speak. This is an area where you guys are going to have good luck, good news, and blessings when you're investing and taking time in your relationships, connections, community. Don't rush anything in this area, it's saying. To get more specific, because I did pick up rushing with some other things, but then slowing down in other areas. So just take that as it resonates, because sometimes what comes through might not make sense, but then as you're living life throughout the month, next couple of months, you're like, okay, that makes sense. And this is one of those messages. There could be areas where you need to pick up the pace, and then areas you need to slow down. So it could be finances, you need to speed up and be more goal-oriented. And then when it comes to relationships, friends, romantic, take time and be more slow. I feel with Gnome too, it makes me think of, especially with the door here, it makes me think of the Lord of the Rings, like the Hobbits. With that story, it's kind of like focusing on, friendships, connections, and overcoming, evil or difficulty. So you could overcome difficulty or sadness in your life by connecting with your community, with your friends, or making an effort to be social. If you don't have those connections, and that's fine as well. So this could be like going out more. And when you do talk to people, hey, even a stranger, right? Talk to strangers. If someone is talking to you where you usually would be like, oh, let me end this situation or this conversation quickly. This is saying actually be open and talk to people. That's going to help you. I feel like talking to people is going to be very important for you, but don't rush it. That's what's coming through. Really invest in having conversations with people, even if it seems awkward or strange. And with raising winds specifically, the bag of winds is talking about something that could be a blessing if used properly, or something destructive if it's used too early, right? So this is saying, don't give away a gift, right? Don't give away a blessing by rushing something. Don't give away something good by trying to just push through it. And I feel like that's directly in relation to your relationships and, talking, going out with people. That could be something, if you rush this, it could end up breaking away a connection where that connection could give you more money, or that connection could give you a new job, right? So just keep that in mind. But that is what I see here for your reading, group number 1. I hope you guys liked it for your good news and blessings heading your way. If you did like the reading, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this, along with joining my memberships. If you would like to financially support the channel, you get early access to videos and a weekly card pull to see how your week might go or what themes to look out for. Hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you chose red Jasper here, and we have 7 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. So what I see here for good news and blessings heading your way, with the 7 of Wands, this could be having success with knowing where to push back against opposition that is directed towards you. So this could be having success by speaking up when someone's saying something to you or about you that's not correct. You could have a victory or win something, like win support, win a case, or whatever it is. You could be winning support against someone who is trying to slander you, someone who's trying to spread gossip about you. You are actually correct in this situation and scenario. So for the good news is any opposition, any gossip, you're going to be proven to be correct. Reputation-wise, you're going to rise above and not be affected by people who are jealous, people who are trying to make it seem like you're crazy or you're the crazy one when you could be correct 100% here. This is being able to make people scared of you in a good way by fighting back against any and all opposition who is trying to take you down for the wrong reasons. This isn't something where you actually are doing something wrong and you need to apologize or change your behavior. This is a situation where there's someone or multiple people, because 7 of Wands can indicate multiples of people trying to attack you. This is people who need to be put in their place, not you, and you're going to do that by speaking up and proving them to be wrong and hurting these people versus them hurting you. I also see here with the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Wands indicates having a vision, wanting to build an empire, or basically kind of wanting to be an adventurer and set something up, have a legacy in some way, but you're planning it still, like you're making steps towards it being a reality. You're not just sitting there thinking about it, but you're not quite, in that stage where things are taking off. You're planning still, but you're taking action. You're going to have to adjust along the way, but you're doing that. So I also think one reason why you could have opposition against you, even though you succeed, is because there's people who they want to either steal your ideas, or they're looking at what you're doing with the Three of Wands and they're envious that you're smart enough to be able to build an enterprise. You're smart enough to be brave enough to think, hey, I can build something great for me and other people. So that is also one reason why you could have some opposition, but I think it's because people are wanting your ideas. They wish they thought of it first. So you will be experiencing some difficulty, but you will overcome it. And the good news is you're going to have that successful business, that idea take off and be something great for you. And you're going to prove, the haters wrong, so to say. Okay, you get the last laugh. That's the blessing here. So I'm going to put down some more tarot cards and see what else comes through. Okay, with these cards here, with the Seven of Pentacles, as I said, this relates to the Three of Wands, of course. You are building something. You're not quite there yet, but you're on your way. And the Seven of Pentacles talks about a very similar message. And I have a guidebook about the Seven of Pentacles I want to read because it's very relevant to what you guys need to hear right now. It says, hard work is paying off. You are not quite where you want to be, but a true commitment to yourself, your home, and career begins to show dividends. This card predicts potential expansion and success, but your continued effort is essential if the seeds of the future are to be realized. So of course you're going to have the drive and ambition to solidify this success in the future, but I think you guys have that and you will continue that. This is just saying that, there could be some efforts by people to make you trip up or make you doubt yourself, second guess yourself. So this is saying if you have to work on what you're doing, like even if you have to do it quietly, even if you don't get outward support, that's not a reason to give up. So the good news here is even if you have to do something without support, you still will succeed. You just have to believe in yourself and put in that effort anyway, right? Don't let it discourage you. It's also funny because it's like in this image here, the woman is dressed really nicely with the pink colors. There's pink on the tree, and she is looking at the garden. She has grown. So you're going to be able to have the fruits of your labor if you don't let yourself be swayed or put off of your path by other people, that opposition, and you will see them get consequences. But in order for that to happen, you have to continue and not waver. Don't give up. I'm telling you, don't give up. Even if there is strong opposition, don't give up. It will come back and bite these people in the bum. I also feel here there is some sort of risk you could be taking that blesses you. You being brave, you taking a risk for a business, for that enterprise to be built. This also could be, moving someplace new. That could be a risk or investment. This could be going to school for something, getting a particular degree that you always wanted to get. So it doesn't have to be a business, but this is some sort of personal goal you're taking a risk to invest in. And I know this is a good news and blessings reading, which of course that is coming through. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just warning you that this opposition could even be people who are, friends and family, but they have a crabs in the bucket mentality. This could be people who, when they see you being successful, they see you getting something good or working on a goal that will give you lots of money with the Ten of Pentacles. They could be like, oh, do you really want to do that? They could be dissuading you from doing something, or they could be not giving you the congratulations you deserve as you are working on this plan to make something really good for yourself. So just be aware of that. Not everyone is going to be that way, of course, but I think that is what this opposition is. So it's saying don't listen to someone if they don't have the best intention for you, okay? Don't listen to people if you know that it could be coming from a place of jealousy or that place where they don't want to see you doing as well. And that is what is coming through. So this is saying with the Hierophant, you need to have faith. And your faith will carry you even if other people don't want to give you, that blessing of keep going, you're doing a good job. The universe is saying, hey, keep going, you're doing a good job. We have you if other people don't. I also feel like you're meant to take a risk here as part of your blessing and good news. You're meant to take a risk because with the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles, this is solid foundations. This is being helped by, the universe, being put on the path you're on so you can have more success and abundance financially. The Ten of Pentacles talks about having a solid foundation, building something really solid for yourself. So I think financial blessings, financial abundance could be a big focus for you. And you will either get a business loan, because I picked up like a case and there's a message here of balance with Temperance. To be fair, this card is like justice in a way. And I said, you're getting justice. So, and then you have two cards talking about justice. So you could get justice in the form of getting a loan so you can launch your project or go to school. You are getting some sort of funds or support from someone or a bank that makes it so you can continue and build that enterprise. This isn't something that is, small or petty. You have the right to have passion about this project. You have the right to want to build this amazing setup for your future. So don't feel that you can't do that. You absolutely can. It could be hard. It could take some effort, but you can do it. With Temperance, Temperance is having that balance of, planning, working, saving, spending. So there also could be an adjustment for you, a change in your lifestyle so you can accomplish this solid foundation financially for yourself. But this is something that seems to be fun, like it's a learning experience, but you're enjoying how to make it happen, if that makes sense. Like it's about the journey, not the destination. So you're going to be enjoying how you can build this great business for yourself, or you can accomplish something so your future you is having more money or having a nice house, whatever it is you want that you're building towards personally. This is all there for you to enjoy, and you're becoming more intelligent, more responsible. I also feel like what this is too, it's making you feel like part of your life purpose, right? You feel like you're doing something with purpose, with meaning. So that's also why this is going to be a fun learning experience and be fulfilling for you. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle 2 more cards and get last messages for you. Okay, and here we have secret seances, spirit world, messages, assistance, memories, ocean's muse, water's wisdom, intuition, hermit's light, discovery. So yes, you are going on your own path, and sometimes that means there's going to be people dissenting or not agreeing with you, and that's okay. And you're going to get justice by getting support anyway financially to make this goal or dream happen. And you're also going to get justice by seeing these people, like they're going to have to apologize to you or be proven wrong by your success, okay? I also see this too as with secret seances, it talks about spirit world, but also like ancestry, and with Ten of Pentacles and getting some sort of, family or community that's not supporting you message here. This also could be like being willing to do things different from your family, being willing to do things different from your friend group. You're going to have to stand out here. And this is like the spirit world, the universe, spirit, whatever you connect to. With the Hierophant and secret seance, there's a message here of having support, but you can't see it. Having support, but it might not be that physical support. Like the physical people in your life might not be like this, but there is support for you there. Like in spirit, there's support for you. So that's an interesting message. And this also could be, maybe you have a passed on person in your life that you feel like you're connecting to and would be supportive of you. If they were still here, they would be supporting you. So you could be living on or trying to carry on a dream too of one of your ancestors that has passed on. So this person also could be supporting you, if that is true. I also feel here, it does feel like a breakaway in some way from your support structure, but it's needed so that you can thrive and do what you want to. And I want to read from the guidebook for this card, Ocean's Muse. It says, "Do not be afraid to go beyond the depths to uncharted territory. There is knowledge waiting for you to attain once you make the leap and swim deeper. Let go of control. You do not need a map. Remember the illuminated intuition within you and chart your own course. Even the greatest discoverers of time were once called fools." So this is basically saying you could be onto something really great and grand, but you might look foolish to people. You might sound stupid, but once you do it and you take that risk, it ends up being a big success for you. It ends up being something a lot of people eventually give you financial support for, or, they give you that loan because it's a great idea for business or whatever it is. This is for you to learn the lesson of standing on your own 2 feet. This is you learning the lesson of how to take risk and believe in yourself. So that's why this is here, and it's good news because it's something where you're learning a lesson and you are seeing success and you're going to prove people wrong. Like if people have been negative to you, they're going to have to see you succeed and be like, hey, you were right. So you're going to get vindicated by the end of this. So that's what I see for you for good news. You're achieving something on your own and you're going to be proven right at the end. I hope you guys liked this reading. If you did, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell. If you'd like to support the channel financially, consider joining my memberships. You get early access to videos. You get a weekly card pull to see how your week might go, what themes to expect. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose Green Aventurine, and with your first 2 cards here, we have Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. So what I see here for good news and blessings is with the Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles, moving up, then down, experiencing good, experiencing bad. So wherever you are in life, you are in that cycle of either having, good times, okay times, bad times. So with the wheel, it indicates a shift usually towards a better cycle. So the first good news is there are improvements overall in your life, but it could come with a situation where things could be not completely 100% solidified, right? So it could be like you have to make a choice for what you want to do next. It could be positive, but you're still going to have to research and do your homework. There could be many great options, but you have to choose one. Okay, it's good things, but it's going to be coming towards you with research or having to make a tough decision because you can't fully decide. You're like, oh, but what if both are good? Or what if this one is the better option? They're both good, but that's the tough part. I also directly see this in correlation, more specifically with your love life. It's not always just about love, but in this case, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers, this could indicate a change in your love life that is more positive. So if you're someone you don't really like to, date people, or you have a hard time finding people who match with you romantically, this is a positive change where you find someone who resonates with you. In fact, it could be you meet a couple people at once, and that makes it hard too. You could be choosing between 2 people or multiple people you really like when usually you can't find anyone, and then it suddenly is like many people at once you like. I also can see this too, not just with love. The Lovers can talk about having to choose between something. So there could be a big choice coming towards you in relation to love, but also outside of love, where it's like it's really hard to choose, but it's because you have two awesome options. So you're going to be privileged with having multiple good options, but you still have to choose. That's what keeps coming through here. I also see you could have more people attracted to you because lovers can talk about people wanting to talk to you in love, but also people wanting to be your friend, family members wanting to reach out to you. So you could have an abundance of people being attracted to you in all different types of forms, if that makes sense. You have that magnet energy where you're drawing in many people, many choices, many things. So that's great, but it's going to be overwhelming to some degree because it could happen all at once. And that could happen too after, a drought period where, things are not working out. You don't have options, whether it's love, career, and then suddenly it hits you at once and you're like, okay, where was all this like a month ago? Why all now? Even if it's good. So I'm going to put down some more tarot cards and see what else comes through. Okay, with these cards here, one reason why too you could be feeling, overwhelmed or having difficulty with choice is, some of you guys might not be used to having this abundance of options suddenly. And I did mention that. And then I see here confirmed with these cards, the same thing after a period of some sort of lack, maybe having to, walk away from things because you can't have it, or having a lot of time alone, then you find people, or you find that thing that makes you feel connected outside of love. So that message is continued here, but I do think it is on the positive side of, okay, now you have this choice in front of you with the Hermit. You are going to have to dig in deeper intuitively and make the choice of, okay, what is going to be the best for me long term? So I also see a blessing of becoming more intuitive, becoming more in tune with how you feel about what is going on in your life, what is going on with other people, being able to read people better. That's also going to be an essential skill when you have to, maybe choose between people who, like, which one is the right partner for me, right? That could be something. I also see too, you could be moving on from being maybe single for a long time to being in a relationship. So you could be scared about that, having to change your lifestyle to accommodate another person. So it's not all bad. It's a blessing, but it comes with that adjustment, right? So you could be getting used to maybe having to change your lifestyle because, hey, like, you were single for a long time. You can do whatever you want. Now you're with someone. It's like, oh yeah, I have to like talk to this person more. I have to adjust my schedule so I can actually, do stuff with the other person. It could be a situation like that. And it's funny because we have the Hermit here, and it looks like in this card, we have the Hermit again, walking away from maybe some sort of isolation to being around more people or having a romantic connection. This also could be needing to walk away from some Hermit tendencies. Of course, being intuitive, being smart, trying to use your inner wisdom to make the right life choices, that's great. But yes, the Hermit can be a little too, isolationist, too much to themselves. So you also could be leaving the negative tendencies of the Hermit behind while embracing the positive sides of the Hermit, finding that balance of that introvert type of personality. I also see here the world is indicating a great blessing of feeling whole, feeling complete, feeling like you have a little bit of everything to have joy. And in this card, this shows someone who is pregnant here. So this is like birthing something new, creating something new, because, well, all the resources are there to do that. So I also think too, it could be a situation where, like, let's say someone is pregnant, they have to eat the right foods, they have to abstain from, negative substances so it doesn't hurt the development of the child, right? You guys are going to be like that in your life. So you're going to be creating something beautiful and new, but you're having that challenge of having to change things or change your routine, but it is for the better. It's like growing pains. Some of the stuff could be, difficult or challenging, but it is worth the effort because at the end, kind of like If you are trying to have a child, then you have the child at the end, and that's a good thing. So you're working and creating something very beautiful, but there's a lot of adjustment required on your behalf. I also see too, you could be having difficulty from past experiences, as I said, if you especially dealt in the past with not having a lot and now suddenly it's all these good things at once. It could be still overwhelming because your brain is trying to adjust. Your brain is like, okay, is this a trick? You can't fully trust it in some way. So you could have trust issues when good things happen for you because of the past and how, it switched up on you, or it didn't work out, or it was too good to be true, right? So I think you're also having the blessing of leaving that mindset behind, being able to move past that, because here it says time for a nap. So you're resting from that difficulty of being orphaned, being abandoned in some way, not having good things in some way, having that lack and feeling alone. And that appears multiple times in your reading, okay? Many times. So you're moving away from being alone and finally understanding, hey, I can rest. I can chill for 1 minute, okay? You can chill for 1 minute and enjoy something good. Enjoy what you have right now. Don't feel scared. Don't feel anxious. Enjoy the blessings now. Don't think, oh, what if something changes and I don't have it? If that happens, you can react accordingly, but that is not happening. You are having many good options in love, in career, many areas of your life. You're going to have options. Don't feel like you're being tricked or things will switch up on you. That could be from your past, because the orphan card makes me think of someone, from childhood, youth, adulthood. You had a lot of experiences where you could have felt like you were the hermit, you were isolated, alone. But this is a change from that, and you're meant to adjust from that because you already learned that lesson of what that entails, right? Some people are meant to have many relationships, many friends, many options because they have to learn the lesson with that. Some people have the opposite where they have to learn how to be alone. They have to learn how they can be resourceful. But both come with blessings and bad things too. But you learned this already, and now you're going to have more supports and many things at once, but now you're going to have to learn, how do I manage this? How do I change my personality from what I adapted it to be before to live and make things work? So I'm going to put down 2 more cards and see what else comes out for you. And with these cards here, I'm going to start off with Salamander, Ouroboros, Creative Work, Infinite Wisdom, Alchemy. So a salamander is an animal that can adapt to really difficult situations, right? It changes to its environment. It shows, what's going on in that environment. So you guys are like the salamander. You had to change and adapt and be the hermit, the orphan, to survive what you were dealing with. But now you are being prepared for another change to be someone else, different from the hermit, the orphan. You're going to be like the salamander to change and adapt completely for something new. Change and metamorphosis to something different. So even if you don't like some things about, living as a hermit, living as an orphan in some way, there's still comfort there. So you're going to have change, but have to be pushed out of your comfort zone. And with this change is the blessing of being someone new, having kind of like an archetype, right? You're going to be pushed into a different archetype and live life as that new archetype because you already completed this lesson. And with this card, drawing down the moon, divine feminine, source, channel, stillness. So this is also about connecting with your intuition. You guys have a strong intuition with the cards here. You're going to be connecting your intuition, that stillness, that softness, to being a little bit more fiery with salamander. This is water, this card, and then this is fire. So the balance of water and fire, the different elements, and how to use them to build your life the way you want. I think you're going to be moving from this soft, kind of still, maybe life is happening to you in some way. Like a lot of external things have happened with the element of water. You can't really change all of it. You're just going with the flow, right? And then with salamander, you are being the change, right? You're having more control, like how fire can destruct and change things. So you're moving from this stillness to being a little bit more control. You're burning things in a way, destructing things to build something new after it has burned down. And I think with this drawing down the moon card, this could be a message of, working with the moon cycles. If you like to do, spell work or rituals like that, like you believe it brings good luck to you, this is also something that could be really good for you. When I'm recording this, I believe the 13th or the 14th in March, there's a blood moon or a lunar eclipse. There's something going on with the moon that I've heard in the news. So you could work with that, and that could help usher in some blessings for you. I also think if you're someone who's connected to the moon, maybe you can use the moon as an inspiration for you. This could be still doing spell work with the moon, or, working with, I've seen people, they like charge water with the moonlight, stuff like that, and then they use that water. So you could be doing stuff like that that's kind of witchy, that is beneficial for you and could change what's going on in your life. But I also think, too, you guys are you have that energy of being intuitive and mysterious in some way. Now you're using it to be a little bit more fiery. You're directing the knowledge and wisdom of this section of life into this new one. And I won't keep saying the same thing, but that keeps coming through. So the big message here and blessing here for you is changing your life and using the wisdom you have accumulated for this next section, this next part. And a lot of new things are there, but don't be scared. You learned what you needed to be able to embrace this. Don't feel like, I don't deserve this, or I don't know how to handle this. I've always lived life a different way. No, you can handle this, and it's meant for you. So that was your reading, group number 3. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. If you'd like to financially support the channel, consider joining my memberships. You get early access to videos, and you also get a weekly card pull to see how your week might go or any themes to look out for. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.